Hi viewers, 11th standard accountancy chapter 12 exercise sum number 12. Prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet in the books of Derry a trader from the following balances as on March 31st 2018. We have to read the given information, that is stock 10,000 rupees, cash 2,500, bank 5,000, freight inward 750, purchases 95,000, drawings 4,500, wages 27,500, machinery 50,000, debtors 13,500, postage office expenses 150 rupees, sundry expenses 850 rupees, rent paid 2,500 rupees, furniture 17,250, sales 1,22,500, creditors 5,000 rupees, bills payable 2,000 rupees, capital 1 lakh rupees. After read the heading, we have to first of all we have to identify the given information and mark it, which is to be trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. It will be easy to prepare these three accounts, that means trading, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, so first we have to identify and mark the given information. Listen, stock 10,000 rupees. Stock means, what is meant by stock, whether it's opening stock or closing stock. Listen, the adjustment side they have given closing stock 31st March 2018 8,000 rupees. So it's a closing stock, goes to trading account and asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, if it is closing stock, then it will be a opening stock. Okay, so opening stock always goes to, as per the format of the trading account, opening stock is and debit side of the trading account. Okay, listen, as per the format of the trading account, you have to enter opening stock, purchases and the purchases return. After that you have to enter direct expenses and manufacturing goods related expenses and purchases goods related expenses. You have to enter it on debit side of the trading account. And on the same way, and profit and loss account, you have to enter indirect expenses and losses on debit side of the profit and loss account. And credit side, you have to enter the indirect income and gains on credit side of the profit and loss account. And on balance sheet liability side, you have to enter all kinds of loans, long-term loans, etc., and creditors, bills payable, capital and capital related adjustment like net profit, net loss. If you have a net profit, you have to add with the capital. If you got net loss, you have to subtract with the capital. And drawings, these and all items you have to enter into liability side. And asset side, you have to enter the fixed assets like tangible asset and intangible assets, current assets, liquid assets, etc. You have to 50 TS assets you have to enter on in the name of asset in the balance sheet. Okay, so listen here, cash in hand, cash at bank, both are liquid asset. Okay, so you have to enter a means asset. Okay, then freight inward is the indirect expenses. Okay, when you purchases goods, during purchases goods, you have to bring that goods into your godown or business premises. You have to spend some money for freight inwards. Okay, it's a trading account, it goes to trading account on debit side. Purchases is the trading account. Drawing means what, you have taken cash or cash related worth of goods from your business for your personal purposes. That is called, the term is called personal use, the term is called drawings. You have to subtract the drawing from the capital. Okay, so drawing goes to liability side. Wages is the manufacturing expenses. Okay, manufacturing goods expenses, all the expenses related to manufacturing goods is goes to debit side of the trading account. So wages is the manufacturing related expenses, you have to enter it T, that means trading account. Machinery is an fixed tangible asset. Okay, asset. Then debtors. Sundry debtors is a current asset. Okay, so asset. Postage, office use, office and administrative expenses, it goes to profit and loss account. Sundry expenses means indirect expenses, it goes to profit and loss account. And rent paid, office rent paid, it's a indirect expenses, goes to profit and loss account. Furniture is the fixed tangible asset, it goes to asset side of the balance sheet. Then sales is the trading account. Okay, trading. Creditors goes to liability side of the balance sheet. Bills payable goes to liability side of the balance sheet. And capital means, what is meant by capital? Money or money's worth which is to be invested into your business, that is called capital. Okay, it goes to liability side. Okay, then after identified and mark the given information, you have to first prepare the trading account or profit and loss account. Okay, before that we have to enter the heading of the trading and profit and loss account, and we have to prepare the format of the trading and profit and loss account. Okay, the heading is whose book we are going to prepare. We are going to prepare in the books of Devi. Okay, so in the books of Devi, trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2018. Okay, left hand side we called as debtor, right hand side we called as creditor. Trading and profit and loss account have the same format. Okay, so you combine together, we have to do this in this same format. Okay, so debit side we have two columns, that is particular column and amount column. If you have some adjustment like purchases return, they have given, you have to subtract the purchases return from the purchases, so you have to create another column. You have to create two amount column, inner amount column and outer amount column. If they didn't given, so you create only one amount column. Okay, and the same way on credit side, if they given sales with sales return, you have to create the two amount column, inner and outer amount column, because you have to subtract sales return from the sales, then only you have to enter the net sales on the outer amount column. Okay, if they didn't give any adjustment like sales return, you have only prepare as the format particulars rupees, two columns on debit side and particular rupees, two columns on the credit side. Okay, of the trading account and profit and loss account. Okay, in trading and profit and loss account only we have debtor side and creditor side, and you always started with the word to on debit side and buy on the credit side. But on balance sheet you don't enter debtor and creditor side like a trading account, and you don't started with the word to on debit side, and that means liability side, and buy on asset side. You just enter the given items on liability side. You should not enter to, and you should not enter buy on asset side. You just enter the given entry here. Okay, given accounts here. That means as per the format of the balance sheet, you have to just enter the items what they given in the question. You have to enter liabilities and the asset side. Okay, so we prepare the heading and format of the trading and profit and loss account. Okay, so when you started, now first of all you are going to start the trading account. You are going to prepare the trading account. Why? Because from the trading account you finally find, after completed trading account, given information, all the given information you have to enter into trading account. Then you find the differences and whether it is gross loss or gross profit. When you find that gross profit, that gross loss only you have to transfer into profit and loss account. That gross only you have to start at the profit and loss account. So for that only you have to prepare the first account is trading account. You have to prepare first and foremost. Okay, so On trading account, as per the format, you always started on debit side of the trading account. Okay, so on debit side you always started with opening stock on trading account. Okay, so opening stock 10,000 rupees you have to enter on debit side. To opening stock 10,000 rupees entered. Then you are going to prepare the trading account only. You have to look at T, marked word T only. Okay, you have to consider that letter T only because we are preparing trading account. So stock we entered. After that we have to, after enter the opening stock, you always enter purchases rupees 95,000. They didn't given purchases return, so you have to enter purchases 95,000 on outer amount column. So on debit side you have to write 2 purchases 95,000 entered. Okay, then wages, after entered stock and purchases, then you have entered the direct expenses, all the direct expenses, all the manufacturing expenses on debit side. Okay, listen here, wages is the manufacturing goods related expenses, so it's a direct expenses. It goes to trade debit side of the trading account 27,500. so we have to write 2 wages 27,500 we entered. Okay, then debit side of the trading account we entered. Then you go to credit side of the trading account, always started the word sales. Okay, so sales how much rupees? 1,22,500. we didn't have any sales written here, so you directly enter sales on outer amount column. So always started with the word buy on credit side of the trading account. So buy sales 1,22,500 we entered on outer amount column. So after sales you have to enter closing stock because we have only 2 entries on credit side of the trading account. How much rupees closing stock have? 8,000 rupees. Okay, so buy closing stock 8,000 rupees entered. So what the given information they have given related to trading account, we have entered all the items on debit and credit side of the trading account. What we have to do? We have to find the total. So for that, which side we have the higher values? Debit side we have the higher values, then credit side. Debit side we have the higher value more than that of credit side. So we have to add that all the amounts. We will get 1,33,250. So this is the total. We have to consider that higher value as the total. So that total you have to enter on both debit and credit side in the same line horizontally. So we entered 1,33,250 on both sides as the total. Then we go to lesser side, that means credit side. We have to find the differences, no? So for that you have to add the given, enter the amount, that means 1,22,500 plus 8,000. After we added, we will get sum of that. You have to subtract from the total 1,33,250. After subtracted from the total, you will get 2,750. So what's this? This is the difference value you taken from the trading accounts. Okay, so listen carefully. If you get higher value, that means total on debit side, you will get the gross loss on credit side. Or you got it? If you get the total, if the total amount you have on credit side than more than that of debit, you will get the profit loss on debit, gross profit on debit side. Got it? So as per this exercise sum number 12, we got the total on debit side more than that of the credit. So we will get the gross loss 2,750. So you have to, against 2,750 you have to write by gross loss carry down, CD means carry down, okay. Then you have to write within the bracket that transfer to profit and loss account. That means that gross loss what you find, you have to transfer that gross loss into the profit and loss account. If you get gross loss, you have to enter debit side of the profit and loss account. If you find gross profit, you have to enter it on credit side of the profit and loss account, okay. So as per the exercise sum number 12, we got gross loss. How much rupees? 2750, right? So we have to transfer that gross loss into the profit and loss account, okay. So we prepared trading account. Now we are going to prepare the profit and loss account, okay. So whenever you start to prepare the profit and loss account, first entry is you have to write gross loss, okay. So how much rupees gross loss? 2750 rupees. You have to transfer gross loss from trading account into profit and loss account debit side. So you have to write to gross loss brought down 2750 rupees. We entered. After that, according to the given information, as per the question wise, you will enter the items which is related to the profit and loss account, okay. So after enter the gross loss, look at here, in the given information you have to consider only mark P, that means the profit and loss account, okay. Trading account we completed, T we completed. Now we are going to consider about only P, okay. So postage, office postage rupees 150 rupees. So office under administrative expenses, it's a indirect expenses, you are going to enter into profit and loss account. So postage, to postage 150 rupees entered on debit side. Then sundry expenses, indirect expenses, it's a profit and loss account, it goes to profit and loss account 850 rupees. So on debit side we have to enter two sundry expenses 850 rupees, okay. Then after sundry expenses, rent paid 2500 rupees, it's a office rent paid, so it's a indirect expenses, you have to enter it on debit side of the profit and loss account. So on debit side you have entered two sundry expenses, two rent paid 2500 rupees entered, okay. This side completed. Then so what the information they have given related to profit and loss account, we have entered into profit and loss account, okay. So what we have to do, we have to find the total. So for that we have to find which side has the higher value. So debit side has the higher value. So how much rupees? 6250 rupees. So that 6250 rupees you have to consider as the total. So for that you have to enter on 6250 rupees on both the side horizontally on the same line, okay. Before that, keep it in your mind, remember it, whenever you get total on debit side more than that of the credit side, you will get net loss on credit side, okay. It's a one point. And another point, if you get total on credit side more than that of debit, okay, you will get the gross profit on debit side, okay. Or you understand? From this exercise sum number 12, we get total on debit side than that of credit side, so we will get net loss on credit side. So the net loss amount is 6250 rupees. It is transferred into the capital account. That net loss is transferred into the capital account, okay. So we prepared trading and profit and loss account. Now we are going to prepare the balance sheet. Before that we are going to write the heading and format of the balance sheet. That is, the heading is balance sheet as on 31st/3/2018. what they given in the question, you have to enter here. The balance sheet has two sides, that is, left hand side we have liability sides and the right hand side we have asset side. Liability side we have two columns, that is inner amount column and outer amount column. Outer side asset side also we have two columns, that is inner amount column and outer amount column. Okay, then we are going to enter the given entries into the balance sheet. So for that, you, as per the format of the balance sheet, you always started with the liability side. So started enter the given transaction in the liability side. Okay, so on liability side you always started with item capital. Okay, how much rupees capital we have? 1 lakh rupees, right? If you have some calculation with some adjustment, some calculation with the capital, because you have net loss, okay, from the from the profit and loss account. So you have to transfer that net loss into the capital account. So you have to enter the capital accounts amount, inner amount column. Okay, how much rupees? 1 lakh rupees entered. Then you have to subtract net loss. So the heading less means minus. Okay, so you have to minus net loss. How much rupees? 6,250 rupees you transfer from profit and loss account to capital account. Then you have to subtract 6,250 rupees from 1 lakh. You will get 93,750 rupees. If they given drawings, listen, where they given drawings? Here, listen. If they given drawings, you after calculation of the capital, you have to enter the total in the same inner amount column. Okay, because you have to give the some adjustment with the drawings, capital with the drawings. Okay, so how much rupees drawings have? Listen, drawings have 4,500 rupees. We have to subtract the drawing from the capital account. So you have to write less means minus drawings. How much rupees? 4,500 rupees entered inner amount column. Then we have to minus 4,500 rupees from 93,750. You got 89,250. This is the net capital value. After we had all the calculation, finally you will get 89,250 rupees. You have to enter into outer amount column. Then next, after find the capital according to the given information, as per the question wise, you will enter the items which is related to the balance sheet. Okay, so for that you have to see only A means asset and L means, you have to consider only the marked letter A and L, because we are preparing the balance sheet. Okay, so listen here, asset cash rupees 2,500, bank 5,000 rupees. You have to enter it on asset side. Cash 2,500, bank 5,000 rupees we entered. Then drawings entered, and machinery is an tangible fixed asset, right? 50,000 rupees. So machinery you have to enter 50,000 rupees on asset side we entered. Next, debtors, how much rupees? 13,500 rupees. Debtors goes to asset side on balance sheet. So on asset side we entered debtors 13,500 rupees. Then furniture 17,250 rupees. You have to enter it on asset side balance sheets. Furniture 17,250 rupees entered. Then here L means what? Liabilities. Creditors 5,000 rupees, bills payable 2,000 rupees, capital we already entered. Okay, so creditors and bills payable, as per the format of the balance sheet, you are going to enter it on debit side of the balance sheet. Okay, so creditors 5,000 rupees entered, bills payable 2,000 rupees entered. After entered all the given information into liability side and asset side, finally you have to enter the closing stock on asset side. Okay, so closing stock how much rupees? 8,000 rupees. Okay, so closing stock 8,000 rupees entered on asset side. Okay, then what we do now, Now we will balance on both the side. Okay, so after added amount on both the sides, we will got 96,250 on both the side. So we get the same total on both the side. The total is 96,250. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.